What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend and are ready to conquer the week that is. We just came off Easter yesterday. Yesterday, and man, it is April is in full swing. Spring is in full swing. We got baseball season just starting up. The Yankees are playing 500 ball. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. Not gonna talk about that because my Lakers are not involved. But it is what it is. It's an exciting time in the world of sports, and an exciting time in the world of professional wrestling. I mean, as I covered earlier, Cody Rhodes is back. AEW is doing their thing, and just all major companies around the world, man. It's a great time to be a sports and professional wrestling fan. But that is not why we're here. Yeah, so one more thing before we get started on today's vlog, man. Rest in peace to the legendary Gilbert Gottfried, who passed away last week. Due to a long standing heart condition. My my condolences go out to his friends and family. He was an absolute legend in the world of comedy, also known for playing Iago the parrot in Aladdin, among other things. His Comedy Central roasts, he's made an appearance on those. Man, so just a really, really distinct comedian and a legendary, very, very legendary man. And from what I've been hearing about him, his heart was as big as his comedy, man. So again, rest in peace to Gilbert Gottfried. You will be missed. So with that being said, let's just get started with today's vlog, man. I've been reading a lot of good books lately, and one of those books is from the professional wrestlers, the Young Bucks. It's called "Killing the Business from the Backyards to the Big Leagues," and you know one of the meaning behind that title, I think at least, is because the Young Bucks are kind of known as as a as and I hate to use this term because it's a stupid term. Actually, I really don't like it when it comes to describing professional wrestling tag teams or just professional wrestlers in general. Uh, they're known to some of the internet wrestling fan base as spot monkeys, meaning they're not real wrestlers. They just want to do something to get a huge pop out of the crowd and injure themselves without really thinking things through. And that's not the case, man. The Young Bucks are one of the very best tag teams in the world today, and in professional wrestling in general to do it, man. They've had so many classic matches. I mean, the rivalries with Red Dragon and the Chaos faction over in New Japan, and even in AEW, the current stuff going on with FTR and their rivalries with the Hardys, man. Just great stuff. So in their book, "Killing the Business from the Backyards to the Big Leagues," it just chronicles their rise from small independent shows around the California area, uh, which is where they're from. They're from Rancho Cucamonga, California, which is right outside of I think maybe like 2 hours outside of Los Angeles. I'm not too sure. And so they chronicle their rise. From small indie shows to their tryouts with their WWE, which they were promised to be used, but they weren't really used, and then WWE said they didn't have anything for them, and then they went TNA, which is another professional wrestling promotion, and you know got used there, but they weren't happy there. You know, things weren't going right. You know, they wanted they the I guess the upper brass at TNA wanted to kind of split them and have them do their own thing as singles competitors, which it was they didn't want to do that because they're brothers and they basically been tag teaming all their lives, so it was kind of tough for them to fathom that idea. So they left TNA and they started a they started a well, they had a big hand, I should say, in establishing the promotion PWG, which is Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. You know, a lot of big names that wrestling fans know today have come through there, such as guys such as Ricochet and Matt Sydal and what do you call it? Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Red Dragon, like I mentioned before, man. Just you name it, probably the biggest independent stars have gone through PWG, and the promotion is still going today. Ran by Excalibur. I don't know if Super Dragon, who was Excalibur's partner, and had a hand in training the Young Bucks, still has something to do with it, but. I know Excalibur is still running PWG shows, and they're doing quite well after a brief hiatus. So in that book, one of the things that I like is they tell you that it's not every professional wrestler's dream to go to WWE. You know, you can make a name for yourself on the independents without going to WWE, much like they did. You know, they kind of went against the grain as far as making a name for themselves. You know, the traditional thing is to go to wrestle for a few years on the independent scene, then hopefully maybe make it to WWE, and then establish yourself there. And then once you're established in WWE, and if you get let go from there, you go back to the indies and do your thing, and then your name goes up in value because you were in WWE. But that wasn't the case with them. Like I said, their WWE tryouts didn't exactly work out. Even though Shawn Michaels and Triple H were very high on them, but I guess Vince McMahon didn't see it that way, so he decided not to use them. And like I said, they made their way through the independents, and eventually helped start AEW. AEW started with the production of All In, which was really a Ring of Honor pay-per-view, but they had a hand in producing it along with Cody Rhodes, and they just bet on themselves basically, which is all you can do in the professional wrestling business, because that's all you got, man. Many nights you're working on the independents, you're working for maybe $25 to $50 a night, and even that's a hell of a payday compared to some of the stuff that I've seen, being in and around the business. Sometimes you just work for they like to say it, and it's absolutely true. A hot dog and a Coke, man. That's basically all you're working for. But I always tell people that want to get into this thing, man. If you're in this to just to make money, and you're not in for the love of the business, then get out, man. Get out now, because you're not gonna make that much money. You're not gonna make a lot of money when you first break in, especially on the independents, man. You're just trying to get your name out there and get booked as much as you can. But man, no, I really enjoyed the Young Bucks book. It's pretty cool. On the front cover, there's on the spine of the book, it tells you how to do. It tells you, step by step how to do some of their biggest moves, which include Bang for Your Buck and the Meltzer Driver and the Indie Taker. Obviously, they don't want you trying these moves. It was just a really cool thing to put on the spine of the book, and and it's a really cool illustration, man. I'm huge fans of the Young Bucks. Like I said, I love what they have going on with FTR right now in AEW. Just had a very classic match on the recent episode of Dynamite, and it's just great to see them succeed from where they to see where they came from and what they're doing now. Total respect, and yeah. So if you definitely if you get a chance to read the Young Bucks book, I think you will enjoy it. And one more thing that's unique about it is the way the chapters are written. One chapter is written by they alternate. Matt and Nick Jackson alternate writing chapters. So one chapter is written by Nick, one chapter is written by Matt, but it's all their story, in their words, which is what you want to see, man. You don't want somebody writing it for you, and then yeah, um, you don't want somebody writing it for you and then putting words in your mouth and saying something that you would never say. So yeah, go out and get the book. Young Bucks killing the business from the backyards to the big leagues. And if you're a wrestling fan, enjoy it. You'll love it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Depending on if you're a fan of the tag team. But I personally recommend it. But yeah. So with that being said, that is going to do it for today's vlog. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.